Hi, my name is Nathan, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Debate Mates. And here's my brilliant and handsome co-host Matthew Swanenberg, looking dashing as ever.
Hello, everyone. All right, and as Nathan said, this is the fourth official episode of the Debate Mates. And fourth time's the charm. We got a new backdrop. Hopefully, we'll have something different covering this window next time, but we don't right now, and we're filming on a Tuesday, which is also pretty exciting.
On a Tuesday.
So, let's start this off by talking about the Boston Celtics.
Y'all knew this was coming. We gotta talk about our Boston Celtics.
On a 6-game winning streak right now. What do you think has been the turning point for the Celtics going from a mediocre team in the East to one of the best?
Well, first of all, it seems as though they're building chemistry. Every time I watch them, more chemistry. But they also have used a couple different lineups. I think that were like the game last night was Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris, Jason Tatum, and Daniel Tice, and we ended up beating the Pelicans again. So it was a good game. I see lots of chemistry, lots of teamwork. Marcus Morris had himself a game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
31 points at 5 of 8 from the 3-point line.
I really like what they did with moving Jaylen Brown to the bench.
Yeah.
Because even though he's a top 5 player on the Celtics, he's an offensive stud. So it's good for him to be able to get his own shots, especially as a young player. And you're not going to obviously put Tatum to the bench because he's better than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And even though he would also get the more shots, but I just feel like it's good for Brown to get because now he has the bench where he can say, all right, it's my turn to be the leader.
Like, also, Gordon Hayward's been doing pretty good coming off the bench, so I'm glad he's respected us and is coming off the bench, so thank you, Gordon Hayward. I love you, man.
And also, with Jaylen Brown moving to the bench, I don't know if Hayward felt like he had a big load, but now he can calm it down if he has to
He can just
go
work.
extra.
He can focus on getting better now, and he's still a work in progress. He needs to fully heal. He's not fully healed. You can see he's on a minute restriction. So, this is going to take a lot of pressure off him. He's just going to go out and play. And
do you think when Hayward's back to normal, they switch up the starting lineup, or do you think they keep it the way it is?
See, I don't know. If you've been doing this for so long, you go too far down, you don't want to wreck the chemistry by just inserting somebody back in. So, they may want to wait, unless they have to, insert him till next season. And wait till the chemistry's built and everything's good, and then insert him back into the starting lineup.
Yeah, all right. And the Celtics, everything there is butterflies and rainbows. But one of the teams they beat on the way to reaching this 6-game winning streak is the lowly Chicago Bulls, who fired their head coach Fred Hoiberg between the last episode we made and the one today.
And are now the worst team in the NBA.
And now are also
whopping 6-21 right
And
now.
let's not forget that the Celtics beat them by 56 on a back-to-back for the Bulls.
Largest margin of win in Celtic history. So,
But
good Lord.
probably the most important thing about the Bulls, rather than everything I already mentioned, is how they were adamant that they were not going to practice the day after their 56-point blowoff. So aside from the talent issues, which obviously they aren't a very talented team, what do you think is the biggest issue with them right now?
Hoiberg's gone, but he wasn't a great leader. They don't have strong leadership. Aside from Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen, I don't see any real superstar potential there. Those two are very good, but who else do they have? Chris Dunn, Cristiano Felicio. I mean, Robin Lopez. That's not a good starting lineup. And
Jabari Parker and Wendell
Parker. And Wendell Carter's been showing signs of something.
And the crazy thing is, this 56-point beating by the Celtics came right on the heels of a win to the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thunder are one of the best teams in the league right now, arguably the second best team in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you if I'm the Bulls, how do you not come to practice? How can you even not it's unheard of for you to come I'm confused right now. Most teams do not schedule practice after a back-to-back, and they don't have a shoot-around after the game. So I'm just kind of baffled at one, that they even plan to practice after that, and two, if you're the Bulls player, you have to show some fight. Even if this coach is trying to just run you to the ground, you have to say, we did a bad job, we played horrible defense, the Celtics out everything us, out hustled us, outshot us. Even when we were losing, they still played and hustled much better than us. So we need to look ourselves in the mirror and say, let's not boycott Jim Boylan, and let's understand that the problem, even though you can blame it on the head coach and you can fire every head coach that you ever get, it starts with the players, really. And I just think it's props to Robin Lopez and Larry Markkinen for saying that we need to practice, because they needed a practice after that. And so let's move on. I mentioned earlier the Thunder were now arguably the second best team in the league.
Getting rid of that parasite known as Carmelo Anthony from last year.
And so second best team in the West means there has to be a best, and that best team in the West has now proven itself to be the Golden State Warriors, who
I think
now
we all
have the
knew
best
coming
record.
into the season that was going to happen. And we're not even talking about, they haven't even added DeMarcus Cousins back in there. So
And Draymond Green played his first game last night in a 116-108 win versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. What do you think the Warriors' ceiling is? Could they go undefeated in the playoffs, do you think?
they almost did it. What win was it? Not last year, but the year before that. They went 15-1. So it's not unlikely, especially if Boogie Cousins is in there and everybody stays healthy, that they go 16-0. That will probably happen. I can't imagine any team beating them right now. I mean, maybe OKC. We all thought Rockets were going to be the team again this year, but they've proven to be horrible. So I think we just all need to get in our heads that unless something crazy happens, this is the Warriors season. At least they have.
And something that was an eye-opener to me is what seems like forever ago. Kevin Durant scores 51 points on the Toronto Raptors in a game that goes to OT, and the Warriors only lose by, I think, 3 points.
3 points.
That's without Draymond Green and Steph Curry and DeMarcus Cousins. And granted, it took 51 points for Kevin Durant for them to stay in it. But if it's that close of a game without 3 All-Stars, imagine what it's going to be like when it's a starting 5 of just MVP.
MVP All-Star caliber. Yeah, it's going to be insane. But then again, we can't go assuming that, because we thought the Boston Celtics were going to be like God tier. But the chemistry, you got to worry about chemistry. I think people miss that. Once you assemble this team of like demigods and it doesn't work, it's a failure. No, it takes time, it takes chemistry, it takes practice, it takes getting to know each other.
Yes. All right. So now let's move to another team that's struggling a lot, the Washington Wizards, who are still yet to trade John Wall and or Bradley Beal. Do you think a trade for them is coming, and what do you think the Wizards should be expecting to get in return?
I think a trade for John Wall will happen soon. One team I've heard a lot about
and I'd like to interject real quick. You can tell the effects of a Tuesday episode right here.
No, just forgive me. I have a really horrible migraine. But no, I've heard a lot of rumors around the NBA. I've been reading up, and the most likely team to trade for John Wall right now is the New York Knicks. And what do the Wizards hope to get out of it? Hopefully some first-round picks. Maybe somebody like, I don't know who the Knicks would want to trade. Porzingis is off limits. Maybe somebody like a young player like Kevin Knox.
If I'm a GM, and I don't like John Wall, so this might just be a biased opinion of saying this, but he's not worth that much, I don't think. He's an all-star when he plays his best, he's an all-star. But when he plays his worst, like he seems like he's playing right now, he's not even a top 10 plus point guard in the league, I'd say.
He's really not. He's not showing he's worth that. I think he makes $37 million this year and $44 million next year.
He's getting paid way too much. So,
he's getting paid more than Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie Irving.
He's handcuffed to the Wizards because what do you trade him for? If you're a team that's struggling? Let's say you're the Knicks, like Nathan said.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Knicks and you have John Wall and you said, all right, so we're gonna have to pay him a lot of money, which might take away our freedom to sign a player like Kevin Durant in the offseason.
Also, that big contract is going to be a problem trading him because they have to take over that big contract, and it's a lot of money.
Do you think anyone will be willing?
The Knicks might if they're desperate enough. Other than that, I don't think
the Suns have been thrown around a lot.
The Suns, I can't think of really anybody that besides the Knicks, maybe the Suns, that would trade for him. Maybe I think people are just going to wait till, because the Wizards are not re-signing him, I don't think. Wait to pick him up in free agency for a lot less money.
And speaking of the Suns, they have a player on their hands that that is very likely to be shipped out by the trade deadline, who is as we're seeing now, MVP Trevor Ariza.
Oh, shipping him out in a 3-team deal to the Lakers, and the other team hasn't been disclosed yet. I always thought it was a weird signing for Trevor Ariza in Phoenix. I don't know why he left. When he left, he took the Rockets with him because the Rockets are sure missing him and Bon Mute right now. I don't get why the Lakers would want to ruin the synergy they have. Like honestly, like why trade for a 3-and-D like 35-year-old player? Like this doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. But then we saw how much the addition of Tyson Chandler meant to them. Maybe getting another player similar to that would help.
It's true. It could help them along the way. But then again, you got to think about integrating them into the system. And you don't know how that's going to go.
Houston needs them desperately. But with Houston, they're so shallow, you barely have anyone to trade for them unless you're giving up picks. So who do you think is the best fit for a Trevor Ariza?
For a Trevor Ariza 3-and-D player? Really good fit could be somewhere, honestly, like Chicago. Some instant offense, a little bit of defense. They need to step up their defense. Maybe even the Cavaliers would be a good team.
What about, I know you're talking about integration and all that, but what about the Celtics?
We've already had all these chemistry problems and integration, reintegration problems. You really want to bring in somebody like that?
What about the Sixers? I'm thinking of moving. If I'm the Suns, you could probably move them to contender for something and get a package that you wouldn't get for a rebuilding team.
That's true.
Because if you're the Suns and you trade them to a team like the Bulls, they're probably not going to budge on giving up too many draft picks.
You're going to get a young player like Chandler Hutchinson or they wouldn't trade Wendell Carter Jr. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Trade Wendell Carter Jr. for Trevor Ariza.
Be stupid. All right, so moving on. We're a little bit past the quarter point of the season, which means we are a quarter closer to deciding who the MVP, etc., are. So, who is your quarter season MVP?
I think I've talked about this man a lot over most of my life when I've watched him in the NBA. I think my MVP so far is Giannis Antetokounmpo, because good God, the Bucks are the second seed in the East, yeah, and
He just beat the Raptors.
Yeah, and he's averaging I think over 30 a game, and then he's averaging I think 7 rebounds and 5 assists per game.
The leader in points per game is Kevin Durant, over 30, and then I think from there it drops down to 20s.
Okay, so Giannis might be in the high 20s, but still, the Greek Freak is unstoppable. You cannot stop him in the paint. He's so long and his wingspan is so tough to guard, and it's just if this man had a 3-point shot or a consistent mid range, he would be top 2 best in the league in my opinion. He's my quarter season MVP. Who's yours?
Biased version of me wants to say Kevin Durant because he's not the MVP this year, but I think he's the most slept on player this year, which might seem crazy to some people because I think a lot of people still have him in their top 2, which he definitely is in the top 2 in the league. I mean, this man scored 40 3 straight nights when Steph Curry was out, and people still are putting Steph Curry above him in the MVP voting, which just blows my mind that anyone can have that much disrespect for a guy who is coming off of a MVP in the finals 2 times in a row and averages over 30 points per game. But that's aside from the point, because who I think the MVP is, I'd have to agree, Giannis.
But there's also a couple of players I'd like to mention. We could mention LeBron, but that'd be too easy.
If the Lakers win 50 games, then LeBron, he could win it just narrative.
Another person I think is one of my favorite players, doesn't get enough love, is if we look at the Charlotte Hornets, Kemba Walker is balling out. He's making a case for why he's an all-star. Like, good Lord. And I think the Hornets are in the top 8 in the East. Are they 6?
I think there might be 6, 7, 8, something like that.
6, 7, 8, something like that. So yeah, Kemba getting a love. Who's your rookie of the year this season?
Is that even a question?
3, 2, 1.
Luka
Doncic.
He doesn't even look like last year. We talked Tatum. He doesn't look like a rookie. Tatum, he has so much good composure. Look at the moves he's doing. He doesn't look like a Luka Doncic. This man, if you're saying doesn't look like a rookie, he makes Jason Tatum last year look like a junior varsity player, because Luka Doncic, he just has so much more experience overseas.
Yeah, and he's pretty young. He's like 18 or something like that.
The Mavericks already trust him with the ball in his hands late in games. He's get game winners against the Warriors.
He had that. Did you see that 11-point comeback against the Rockets? That was pretty sweet, man.
All him against the Rockets. I mean, just that the Mavericks have handed him the keys and said, "This is your organization." This early in his career is really going to help him out, and he's definitely outplayed the guy who he'll be linked to for the rest of his career in Trae Young because of the draft day swap. And, I mean, I don't really think you can make the argument that if Luka Doncic weren't in it, let's make this question harder, then who's the Rookie of the Year? Because I don't think anyone else has really stood out.
Wendell Carter Jr. I've actually liked his style of play. You could also say DeAndre Ayton.
I'd say Jaren Jackson Jr.
Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies have impressed me this season. I like Jaren Jackson's style of play. Trae Young could also be in there. Those are it, really. Rookies that have really stood out.
We were spoiled with last year's draft class.
Yeah, I mean, Kuzma, Markkanen, Tatum. Good Lord.
Mitchell.
Technically Simmons.
Paul. I mean, there's
Technically.
so many good players from that draft class. And let's move on to another award, which is Coach of the Year.
All right, so after this, I want to do something that's cool, something new. All right, so Coach of the Year.
This could be the tightest one out of all of the awards this year, which is actually not like disrespecting to the coaches. It's just there have been a lot of coaches implementing new offenses and styles that have just.
Honestly, I hate this, but I gotta give it to Nick Nurse. The Raptors really turned it around. I don't think they'll last in the postseason, but they're always like top 2 seed in the East. So they look pretty damn good.
And you just reasoned for me why I don't think he should win Coach of the Year because, as you said, even though they are better looking than they were last year, they're always top 1, top 2, which is why I give it to Doc Rivers of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh yeah, they've impressed me too.
This team, I've been thinking about how to compare them recently, but like the wording for this, but this team is like the team you see on 2K, and you're like, I'm not playing as them, because they don't have the player on 2K that you can just like drop 30 with, which is the only thing I like to do. I just like shooting with the same guy over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So the Clippers are that they don't have a real superstar. You could say Tobias Harris is playing like one this year.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, other than that, they don't have a bona fide star. They don't have an All-NBA type talent player. Again, you could argue Tobias Harris. And a rookie we didn't mention, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's also been playing good, yeah.
They have a motley crew of really good players. I used this reference a while back, not in an episode, but to myself. Like, the Miami Heat, I thought they were like the Suicide Squad. Horrible movie, but still, like, a ragtag group of misfits, put them together, and they saved the world.
That's what we called the Lakers at the beginning of the season.
That is what we called the Lakers.
Alright, so I would like to we're trying to shorten this. So, like, I'd like to play a game that I'm coming up with. Basically, each of us are going to take turns. We're going to pick an NBA player, okay? And we're going to talk in, like, first person. And we get 3 hints to guess. Alright, so I'll give you an example. So, if you need, I will give you 1 hint. Tell me if you need the other 2 hints. You know what I mean? Alright, so I was drafted in 2003.
Well, that could be a lot. LeBron?
Yeah, LeBron.
Okay.
And, like, the second clue would have been, like, I was part of the Banana Boat squad, and third was, like, drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers with the first overall pick or something like that.
Alright.
So, you want to start?
You start.
Player? Alright,
Only current, right? Or forever? Okay.
we can do current. Let's do current. I was drafted in 2008.
More.
My first team I played for was the Seattle Supersonics.
It's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's Kevin Durant.
How did I not know that?
That's your boy.
That's my guy. Alright. My turn. Alright. I played my college career under my current head coach.
Isn't that Gordon Hayward?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we got the knowledge. I was part of the Big Three in Miami.
Chris Bosh?
No.
Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can get this one up to 3. Okay, let's think for a second. Alright, I went to University of Florida.
I'm going to need more.
Okay. I was an all-star along with 4 of my other teammates in 2016 or 15, I can't remember.
Someone on the gold. It's got to be someone on the gold. Is it not someone on the gold State Warriors? Is it...
Do you want to give me my final?
Give me the final hint.
I do not play for the Golden State Warriors. And never have.
Ooh.
You're going to kick yourself.
It's a Celtic, isn't it? You said what university?
Florida.
No, Kyrie went to Duke. I don't know, Jaylen Brown.
Al Horford. You don't remember that Hawks team? Him, Korver.
Oh, snap. I remember
Jeff
that.
Teague.
I didn't know he went to the University
Yeah,
of
he went to
Florida.
Florida.
Okay, that's a good one. That was a good I am a former dunk contest winner.
Vince Carter.
No.
Yeah, next in.
I'm 6'11".
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next stint would have been, and somehow I hurt.
I was gonna say I played currently for the Washington.
I play bench warmer for the Washington Wizards, but I can't sit down because I hurt my glute. So, next one. All right. I've played for the Atlanta Hawks, Los Angeles Clippers. I've played for the I've played for the Clippers, the Spurs, and the Hawks, and there might be others that I don't know right now. Or not Spurs, I think I said Spurs. Clippers, wait, what? Okay, I'm freaking out. Clippers, the Hawks, and the Suns. I've played for the Clippers, Hawks, and Suns.
Clippers, Hawks, and Suns. Is it Jamal Crawford?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not that I can think of. We covered most of it.
Okay. What's in the video on a strong note? I will do the East and you will do the West. Okay. Revitalize top 8 at the end of the season. What do we think? Go.
All right. I'm doing the West.
Yeah, you do the West. Who's your top 8 now?
1, Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
2, Oklahoma State Thunder. 3, Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
4, I don't think the Clippers. Los Angeles Lakers. Vote for the Clippers, in my opinion. 5, Clippers, I'd say. 6, Portland Trailblazers. 7, Timberwolves. And 8, I'll do the Mavs.
Oh, hell yeah. Mad, baby. All right, so I have the East. So number 1, Toronto Raptors. Number 2, Boston Celtics. Number 3, Milwaukee Bucks. Number 4, Philadelphia 76ers. Number 5, I will give to, the Detroit Pistons. Why not? They've been playing okay. Lost the last 5, but they might turn it around. Number 6 will be the Pacers. Number 7, the Heat. And number 8 will be the Charlotte Hornets. Yep.
I left the Spurs out. Controversial.
I mean, they're like the 11th seed in the West right now. They're not doing all that good.
Wait, I think I left the Rockets out.
Yeah, if the Rockets keep playing like this, they're not making the playoffs.
That's true, but I think they will. So, all right, comment if we missed any teams that you think would be in it. Comment if you just want to comment.
Or also, give us topics to discuss, things you want to hear, things you want us to research, games you've heard of that you want us to play. Let us know.
Remember, Instagram is up at the Debate Mates. So follow that. We'll be posting stories on there talking about winners and losers of the week. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. Even if you're not going to watch a video, subscribe. Just click away from it as soon as it pops up. But, just thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Please subscribe, comment, like, whatever you have to do to let the Debate Mates spread. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Stay golden, Pony Boy.